Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. In the name of God, the most compassionate, the most merciful. All praises be to the Lord of all that exists, the most compassionate, the most merciful, Master of the Day of Judgment. You alone we worship, and you alone we ask for help. Guide us to the right path, the path of those whom you bestowed your mercy, and not those who went astray and got his anger, or got his anger and went astray. Amen. Dear brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum, peace be upon all of you. So happy to be here again and continue with our Quranic studies. We were in chapter 6 of the Holy Book, Surah Al-An'am, or the cattle. Before I begin, I have an announcement for you, the audience, and mainly for the Persian-speaking group, that we are being blessed with the presence of one of the great Islamic scholars, Mr. Abdul Ali Behzadnia, who has been a guest with us for the last couple months. Hopefully he's going to stay with us for a longer time, and during his presence we have taken advantage of having the Quranic classes of Sunday school from 10:30 to 12:30 directed by him. Therefore the classes that used to be taught by myself is now Mr. Behzadnia will be the teacher till he is in the United States. He also has a program on Friday evenings at 7:30, review of the sayings of Imam Ali, or Nahjul Balagha. He makes beautiful translation and commentary, and I invite and encourage every Persian speaking, if they can, to attend those classes that are held at ECF Center, the address of which is known to you. And I repeat, 15560 Unit A, Rockfield Boulevard in Irvine. And this is a junction of Bake Parkway and Rockfield Boulevard. After this announcement, please open the books for those people who are interested to follow the verses as I read it from the book. We are verse 127. In verse 126, Allah said, وَهَذَا صِرَاطُ رَبِّكَ مُسْتَقِيمًا. This is the paved road, and this is the right road of your Almighty, your Rabb, and your Master. قَدْ فَصَّلْنَا الْآيَاتِ لِقَوْمٍ يَذَّكَّرُونَ. We verily have explained everything in these verses to the people who receive, the people who listen, the people who can be reminded, and the people who will remember. لَهُمْ دَارُ السَّلَامِ عِنْدَ رَبِّهِمْ. They have the peaceful place in or with or near their God. This is so beautiful. Somebody who is next to God and feels as if he's standing. Obviously we cannot visualize God, and we should not visualize, because he does not look like anything that we can imagine. لَيْسَ كَمَثْلِهِ شَيْءٌ. There is nothing like unto him. But saying that near him or with him means that somebody feeling that God is supporting him, standing by him, holding his hand, directing him, guiding him, looking at him, watching him, will have such a tranquility in heart and in mind, and being sure and certain of having less and less mistake in what he thinks and what he does. لهم دار السلام عند ربهم وهو وليهم. He is the best friend for them. بما كانوا يعملون, because of their deed. You see, the belief by itself is not a credit. Mere belief is not credit to anyone. That is why repeatedly I have said in my statements here, through translations and commentary, no matter who and how you believe, the belief itself is not a credit. The action is what is counted. If the belief is followed by a good deed, that's what is counted. And we repeatedly read in the Old and New Testament as well as the Quran that whoever believes, man amana billah, whoever believes in the creator of this universe and does the good deed, see, there is not even anything in between to say through which prophet he believes, on what category or what ethnicity he belongs, or from what nation or color he comes. It just says, whoever believes and does the good deed, لهم أجرهم عند أجرهم عند ربهم. They have the rewards with their Creator, with their Lord. لا خوف عليهم ولا هم يحزنون. They are never fearful and they never feel sad. What a beautiful promise. What a beautiful prescription for a beautiful life. Just do the good things. Have a good deed and find your source and think of it. Waliyuhum, huwa waliyuhum. He is their friend. He is their master. He is the closest, just because of their deed. وَيَوْمَ يَحْشُرُهُمْ جَمِيعًا يَا مَعْشَرَ الْجِنِّ قَدْ أَكْثَرْتُم مِّنَ الْإِنسِ وَقَالَ أَوْلِيَاؤُهُم مِّنَ الْإِنسِ رَبَّنَا اسْتَمْتَعَ بَعْضُنَا بِبَعْضٍ وَبَلَغْنَا أَجَلَنَا الَّذِي أَجَّلْنَا بلغنا أجلنا الذي أجلنا لنا قال النار مسواكم خالدين فيها إلا ما شاء الله إن ربك حكيم عليم. Here refers to the day of hereafter, the day that every man, every woman, all of us and all who have been born in this world are going to gather and get together. From the seen creatures and unseen creatures, which is the meaning of jinn. They are told that we have created many of you human beings. We have created many of you non-human beings. Everybody will have his own paper, his own deed in his hand, who can judge himself. Actually, when we read in the other parts of the Quran, it says you will be the judge of your own deed. You will be the teacher who is going to correct the answer sheet, because all the answers are within you. All the cover-ups that you had in the world to cover your deeds doesn't exist on that day, on hereafter. Everything is so naked and nude. Everything is so pure. Your mind is not corrupted. And then you can concentrate. Then you'll be a good judge and judge yourself. They say that many of us listen to the others, and our term arrived as was set. We all have our own terms. We come to this world one day and we'll say goodbye another day. We don't know when we come, neither we know when we go. There is only a very limited time we are given here. And that very time also is so fractionated into early childhood, being a youth or teenager, and then younger age becoming old, and finally physically perishing to being old and dead. At every given period we have that responsibility, special duties or plans ahead of us. What we leave behind after we leave is our action. It's not what we saved in the bank. It's not what we said in the air. It is what we created as the Khalifa, representative of the Creator on this earth. The good deeds remains as well as the bad deed. Obviously, the good things will grow better and best and will be remembered. And as Quran says, the people who do the good things and they die for their good deeds, they will never perish. And don't even call on them as being dead. They are alive, aren't they? Look at our prophets. Look at our examples, not only in faith, in science, in our daily life, in our families. They're always remembered. They're always alive. But the bad doers, the wrongdoers, the sinners will find their place in hell. قَالَ النَّارُ مَثْوَاكُمْ. Hell is your place. خَالِدِينَ فِيهَا. You will be there forever, except those that Allah so wishes or so will. إِنَّ رَبَّكَ حَكِيمٌ أَلِيمٌ. Verily, your Lord is the most knowledgeable. He is the most knowing, the most exalted. وَكَذَلِكَ نُوَلِّي بَعْضَ الظَّالِمِينَ بَعْضًا بِمَا كَانُوا يَكْسِبُونَ. What a beautiful statement. We have assigned and appointed some greater oppressors over the other. In other words, instead of accepting Lord as their Lord and God as their God, there will be servants of gods and gods, those artificial statues that they have created in their life, humiliated their humanity, humiliated their personality, lost their human identity in front of the people who were not worth anything because they didn't know their values. كَذَلِكَ نُوَلِّي بَعْضَ الظَّالِمِينَ بَعْضًا بِمَا كَانُوا يَكْسِبُونَ. This is what they tried themselves. This is their own earnings. Comparing two men or two women, that they had the choice to be not the servant, the lover of their Lord, or the lover of the worldly matter, and the commanders who act like God, who do claim to be our master in this world. Who is the loser and who is the gainer? يا معشر الجن والإنس ألم يأتكم رسل منكم يقصون عليكم آياتي. Again addresses Allah the Lord will call upon all the seen creatures as well as unseen creatures on that day of clearance, saying that, did we not say our prophets with clear signs to you, who did recite and who told and called upon you? They were the best examples of the time, showing that what they said can be done in their deed. What a beautiful statement. What they said was possible, and they did it. They became examples. They not only said to you, they practice. As Quran says, there were shahidan wa mubashiran wa nazira. They were their best witness, the glad tidings givers, the best examples. Sarajan munira, they were just lamps and lights that was held in front of you to find the way. Did we not send these people to you? وَيُنْذَرُونَكُمْ لِقَاءَ يَوْمِكُمْ هَذَا, the people who kept telling you there will be such a day, and you ignored, you denied. You never even believe you are going to die one day, because if you simply believe that fact that everybody would die, not even believing in something in the hereafter or in the judgment, or even Lord himself or religion in general, just believing that you are going to be like a passenger in this world. This is not a permanent place. Had you believed this fact, you had totally different life and different outcome, obviously different file for judgment. These people came to tell you that you are going to meet your Lord. And you can find this in any book. And if you concentrate well enough and distract yourself with all these ambiguities and all these pollutions in our minds, you know that everybody is going to perish. You see that everybody is going to die one day. The physical body is gone. And if there is nothing to be happening after that, the world, the life, the whole creation is so meaningless if there is no return. Rabbana ma khalaqta haza batilan. There is a beautiful verse in Quran that says, الَّذِينَ يَتَفَكَّرُونَ فِي خَلْقِ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ. The people who always think and concentrate on the creation of all heavens and earth, and see the difference between day and night. They always ask themselves, oh God, you have not created all this for nothing. There is an aim, there is a purpose. That's how they find their purpose of living. That's how they tune themselves to receive the message. That's how their heart is purified and accept the Lord. أَلَمْ يَأْتِكُمْ رُسُلٌ مِّنْكُمْ يَقُصُّونَ عَلَيْكُمْ آيَاتِي وَيُنْذِرُونَكُمْ لَقَاءَ يَوْمِكُمْ هَذَا. Then that day and that very moment, that there is no bother to our mind, nothing is going to corrupt, as I said, pollute our mind. Everybody realizes and will say, قَالُوا شَهِدْنَا أَنفُسَنَا. They will say, yes, we are our own witness. So beautiful. شهدنا أنفسنا, we are our own witness. وَغَرَّتْهُمُ الْحَيَاةُ الدُّنْيَا. The beauties and glories of this temporary world confuse us, made us ignorant, made us to ignore ourselves, and whoever ignores self will ignore his Lord. Vice versa. Whoever ignores the Lord will ignore himself. غَرَّتْهُمُ الْحَيَاةُ الدُّنْيَا. They were so happy and cheerful and proud with these little things that they had in this world. And as Quran says, وَمَا مَتَاعُ الْحَيَاةِ الدُّنْيَا إِلَّا غَلِيلًا. These worldly matters are nothing, very little as compared to that beautiful reward and the great reward you are going to be receiving for your good deed. Not only in hereafter, even in this world. You do such a little good thing, you see, feel so happy that you were helpful to someone else. You lighted somebody's life. You gave life to somebody. There's not just you now, there are 2 of you, 3 of you, a beautiful family, a society, a community, a whole world. Every man, every woman, by himself or herself is a whole world, as Quran says. وَشَهَدُوا عَلَىٰ أَنفُسِهِمْ أَنَّهُمْ كَانُوا كَافِرِينَ. They witness and testify against their own self that they were the disbelievers. ذَلِكَ أَنْ لَمْ يَكُنْ رَبُّكَ مُهْلِكِ الْقُرَىٰ بِالظُّلْمِ وَأَهْلُهَا غَافِلُونَ. This is because God will never destroy or perish a nation or people unless just out of nothing or for no reason. God is just. He doesn't do injustice to his own creature. Remember what we say, Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim, the most gracious, the most merciful. He gives sustenance even to the most disobeying person, to the most arrogant who denied him, Pharaoh. He will send Moses, peace be upon him, to let him and to lead him to the right path. What a merciful. Does he want to destroy a nation? Does he enjoy seeing his nation in poverty, oppression, and disaster? No. These are the people who have neglected themselves. أَهْلُهَا غَافِلُونَ. As I said, they neglected their values, they neglected position, they neglected the responsibility. They sold themselves so cheap to the people who were able to brainwash them and buy them so cheap. They gave their best and the most important value, their life and the time, and their mind and the decision was all made by others. As the slaves, slavery has so many hidden chains that unfortunately the older form of slavery is not visible anymore. But look at all these chains that we are hanging around our necks and our backs that we can hardly move. But unfortunately, is not so visible like those physical chains that they used to put around our sisters and brothers in the past. وَلِكُلِّ دَرَجَاتٍ مِّمَّا عَمِلُوا. For every rank, for every level, for every person is their own deed and responsibility. Everybody is going to be judged based on his potential, based on what he was given, based on the opportunities, based on the prosperity, based on the ability. No one is going to be responsible for someone else. I'm not going to be punished for your sin, neither you are going to be rewarded by somebody else's good deed. لا تزر وازرة وزر أخرى. This verse is repeatedly said in all books as you read. Every soul is individually responsible for his own deed, and no one is going to be punished or rewarded for the benefit of the others. وَمَا رَبُّكَ بِغَافِلٍ عَمَّا يَعْمَلُونَ. Your Lord is not ignoring your deeds. In other words, He's watching us all the time. He's observing our deeds. He's recording our deeds. Now, don't try to think God's recording is like we pick up a pencil and we write a book. Every voice, every tone, every wave is being recorded in this whole existence. وَرَبُّكَ الْغَنِيُّ ذُو الرَّحْمَةِ. God is not needy, He's merciful. رَبُّكَ غَنِيُّ ذُو الرَّحْمَةِ. Your Lord is very rich. No matter how much wealth we have, no matter who is the wealthiest of this world, guess who has what? He has the whole heavens and earth, whatever exists, and we have only a little for a short time. إن يشأ يذهبكم ويستخلف من بعدكم ما يشاء. If He wishes, He will destroy you. He will take you away and bring a new generation. Is this not what He is doing all the time? Our ancestors passed, the generations before us gone. Now is our time. There will be other people to come after us. Who will be responsible? Who will have the same test? Who go through the same test? كما أنشأكم من ذرية قوما آخرين. As you were created from the last generation, there will be creatures and human beings and other people who are going to come after you. If you did not fulfill your responsibility, He will or they will do, then we will be ashamed that we lost the time. I pray to Almighty Allah, give us the understanding to understand His word, and give us the courage to practice His word, to believe and truly and sincerely use it in our daily life, inshallah, God's willing. I would say goodbye to everyone, and thanks Allah for giving us this opportunity to be with you in this class for this limited time every week. Have a nice evening. Good night.